If your earbuds or headphones are just not working for you, I got an option for you to consider here. I have made a video on this. So you can swipe to see the original unboxing, but I wanted to make a follow-up here because I've been able to run with it. I've been able to work out with it. I've been able to take calls with it. I'm going to give you some of the feedback of where I think it really hits the mark, and then some areas where it still might leave you potentially wanting or longing. So again, I always like to give props when they have like a QR code you can scan to get additional insight, resources, things like that. Also, let me know if you guys would find it interesting or helpful if we made some follow videos on like just me doing it with workouts in different areas where it does really well. I'm happy to do that. So let's talk about the actual features where I think it worked really well. The cool thing I like, because I have cauliflower ear in both my ears, not huge, but I have it in a particular spot that makes it really hard for me to wear AirPods or different types of earbuds that slide into your actual ear. So for this, what I like about it is it actually fits my ear. So you kind of loop it over and pop it in. If it were just popping it in, it may or may not stay, but because it loops in as well, I find it helps and secures it and locks it in there. And then being able to just simply turn it on, you're going to push your button in right here. Say we have our power button, we have our volume button control. You also can wrap it around the back. I like it a little bit more wrapped around the back, especially when I'm running or working out. I find it gets less in the way and stays on a little bit smoother, but you might want to have it in the front if you're just taking calls and stuff like that. But the positioning is really sweet because even wrapping around the back, it's right here on the side where you can easily access it. Again, being able to turn it on and off, being able to adjust the volume, and you got your charger right here. I've been truly tested the battery life, so I'll make some follow-up content on how it actually performs versus what they're suggesting it's able to do, because I always find there's, over time, a little bit of a discrepancy from what they'll actually suggest the battery life is to what ends up actually working or being able to perform in that sense of it. The other thing I will say, the audio quality is quite good. Again, I wouldn't compare it to a professional microphone, but if you're looking to do it for calls, even for content creation, I've used this in a pinch for working out demonstrations and things like that, which I like. And it's not as big and bulky coming over the head. And I find with my over-the-top headphones from like I've had it with JBL and different stuff like that, that if I lean forward, they'll fall and move and slide. Sometimes these, you can do burpees, you can jump around. They're going to be like locked in place basically, which is pretty awesome. And you can sweat and not worry about destroying them. They're meant to be quite durable. They're also meant from a workspace perspective, so you can be able to like lock in, have some noise reduction features, as well as being able to turn that off and you can actually hear what's going on. So overall, I think it's just really versatile, great from like a health and fitness perspective, but also from a potential lifestyle perspective. If you're in construction or the outdoors, you want to be able to protect your ears or be able to still hear, this can be a great option you can kind of throw in to help and to pop out quite easily. So overall, definitely a thumbs up. Where I do think, again, it leaves a little bit of longing is just, I don't always love having wires around, even if they're not super in the way. It just doesn't always feel so great. So that's the one thing I would love to see, if they just had this little hook feature that just could like hook over the ear and drop in versus just fitting in the ear like an AirPod style. I like that hook feature. It just secures it from someone that has cauliflower and has to deal with like a lot of the earbuds I've had in the past don't necessarily work. Because of that, they fall out. So hopefully that's helpful. If it is, add to the cart. If you want to see more content, keep on swiping. I'll see you on the next one.